Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome to Disney's Riviera Resort. Today I want to talk a little bit about the transportation options that are available from this resort. Now, as I've said before, and I'm probably going to say a million times more, transportation is the backbone of your vacation. It's how you're going to get wherever it is that you want to go, and that can be stressful or it can be easy. It can be expensive or it can be free. And one of the great perks of staying at a Walt Disney World Resort hotel is that you have access to Disney's transportation system, and that is free, not only to guests staying at the resort, but also to anyone visiting the Walt Disney World Resort. So it's important to understand how to use it. It's important to understand what's going to be available to you and to understand what's going to be available to you based on what resort you're choosing. So today I want to talk to you a little bit about that, and we're going to talk about what's available here at the Riviera. Now, Disney's Riviera Resort is located in the Epcot area. Now, that's not to be confused for the Epcot area resorts that are walking distance from Epcot and Hollywood Studios. This one's a little bit farther out, but it is located on the Skyliner route, which means you're going to have easy access to Epcot and Hollywood Studios, as well as Caribbean Beach, Pop Century, and Art of Animation via the Disney Skyliner. Now, we've talked about the Disney Skyliner before, and it is important to understand that if you're choosing Disney's Riviera Resort, this is going to be a form of transportation that you will have to use if you want to go to Epcot or Hollywood Studios. While there are some exceptions, mainly when the Skyliner is down for maintenance or when there's inclement weather like a thunderstorm or hurricane, the Skyliner is going to be your only free option for getting to either Hollywood Studios or Epcot. If you're afraid of heights, it's not something that you want to do. You're going to want to make sure that you're factoring in either the cost of a rental car or the cost of a rideshare in order to get where you're going. Now, the Skyliner is going to be really convenient to use. We've talked about it before, but just briefly so that we're all on the same page, it's important to recognize that the Skyliner is going to be easily accessible, not only to those of you who have kids, who have a stroller, but also to those of you who are using a mobility device like a wheelchair or ECV. There are ways to load you on that Skyliner very easily. You don't have to stress about it. You don't have to worry. You will be given assistance and guidance in order to do that, and you won't have to think too much about it. All you have to do is let a cast member know before you board. Now, again, the Skyliner is going to get you to a number of different places, which is fantastic. You can get to Epcot, you can get to Hollywood Studios, you can get to those other resorts, but the Epcot station is worth noting because it will drop you off near those Epcot area resorts, which will give you access to all the entertainment of the boardwalk and the dining options that are available at the boardwalk, the yacht club, the beach club, the Swan, the Dolphin, the Swan Reserve. So there's a lot going on over there. It honestly is an entire destination in and of itself. So even if you don't have a theme park reservation or a park ticket for Epcot, you can easily head on over there and have a great way to enjoy the evening. But of course, the Skyliner isn't your only mode of transportation, and there are more places to go at Walt Disney World than simply Epcot and Hollywood Studios. So how do you get there? Well, right here at the Riviera, they do also have bus transportation. This bus transportation is going to take you to Animal Kingdom as well as Magic Kingdom. Now, utilizing the bus transportation is really simple. You're just going to head down to the bus stop, wait for a bus that has your destination displayed on it, and then make your way onto that bus. They do run regularly throughout the day, so you don't have to commit yourself to a specific schedule. For example, like if you're staying off property, they only pick up once in the morning, once in the evening. That's not what you're going to experience here at the Walt Disney World Resort hotels. There will be multiple buses that pick up multiple times throughout the day. They will start running prior to the park's opening and well after the park's close. So that's going to be a great option for getting where you want to go. Again, whether you have kids, you're traveling with a stroller, a mobility device, ECV, wheelchair, you will have guidance. They'll tell you what to do. You won't have to worry too much about it. I know there are a lot of you out there who do stress about getting on a bus with a mobility device or even with a stroller. No worries. You're good to go. Now, again, these buses are only going to run places that the Skyliner does not service. So for example, you can go to Magic Kingdom, you can go to Animal Kingdom, you can go to Disney Springs. You're not going to be able to get to Epcot or Hollywood Studios via the bus unless the Skyliner isn't running for any of the reasons that we mentioned earlier. So that's important to keep in mind. Now, there is so much to say about bus transportation at Walt Disney World, and I encourage you to check out one of our previous videos where we talk all about it if you want to know more about taking bus transportation, whether it's here at Disney's Riviera Resort or at any of the resorts here at the Walt Disney World Resort. Of course, links to that and other videos will be in the description. So what if you want to drive? Can you do that? Absolutely. Whether you're renting a car or you're bringing your own, you absolutely can drive to the Riviera. There is parking available. I will say that it is limited. There isn't as much parking as I'd like to see, certainly not as much as there probably should be for a resort of this size, but you can park here. So that's something that you should be aware of. You can also take a rideshare. So whether you're using a Lyft or an Uber, that's an available option for you. Now, if you're not entirely familiar with taking a rideshare and you want to stick with Disney cast members, you have the option of using what's called a minivan. These are a little bit more expensive, but they are driven by Disney cast members. They do have some more accommodations. Things like car seats will be in there. They're really fun. They look like Minnie Mouse. They're polka dotted. So that's an option that is available to you. You can book that through the Lyft app. And if you're traveling with a family, you're kind of hesitant to take a rideshare, I do encourage you to go that route. Again, it's a bit more expensive, but it's also a bit more peace of mind for those of you who might not be comfortable with a rideshare. Now, unfortunately, Disney's Riviera is not walking distance from any of the theme parks, but you are walking distance from Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort, which means you have access to the dining over there and some of the other fun things to do, like movie on the lawn, and you can wander around the grounds, which is really beautiful as well. So that is definitely available to you, but unfortunately you won't have the ability to walk anywhere else. And that about does it for your transportation options here from Disney's Riviera Resort. It's pretty straightforward. It's easy to use. There are, of course, the pros and cons of each different option, but you do have that added benefit of the Skyliner if that's something that appeals to you and your family. Of course, I'd love to know your thoughts, so let me know in the comments down below if these transportation options are something you enjoy. Tell us about your past experiences and tell us if this is a place that you would consider staying. Also, while you're there, make sure you hit that like button if you enjoyed this video and subscribe if you haven't already to hear more about other resorts that we stay at and join us on our upcoming adventures. But for now, that's about all. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye.